Do you know how the word Edaiken Uselu came about? I'll tell you, but we can't talk about Edaiken title without talking about the first imperial king of Benin, Oba Eware the Great. Oba Eware Ogidigan the First. He was the 13th Oba of Benin, the first imperial king Benin ever had. He expanded the kingdom into an empire. He reigned from 1440 AD to 1473 AD. His reign recorded military conquests. He captured towns like Owo, Ikare, Ekiti, Akure, and so many others. He didn't force these people to speak Edo language. He only made them a vassal state to pay yearly tribute to him as their overlord. After each conquest, he gave the kings in these places the staff of authority, which is the scepter of authority in Benin, the Ada and Eben. So the Ada and Eben you see in some other places outside Benin today was given to them by Oba Eware the First and so many other Obas that reigned after him. So Oba Eware's reign is seen as the golden age of Benin because Benin Kingdom climbed to its zenith and became an empire from 1440 AD. There were so many powerful warriors and medicine men during his reign, like Ovato of Igeduma, Emwe of Uhi, Ike of Uselu, and so many others. Oba Eware, being the first imperial king of Benin Empire, marked the record of inviting the very first white man into this Nigeria, into Benin. He was known as Rui de Sequeira, a Portuguese explorer. He was so powerful that the Ekiti people appellated him with words like Oba Adongbogo Londele, Ogbomodungbele Orun, meaning the Oba of Benin wages war on earth, like Ogbomodu wages in heaven. Then, the people of the eastern Nigeria today, which was the Igbo country then, appellated Oba Eware with words like Idu Ala Ezike, meaning land of powerful kings. In the mid-1400s, the people of Owo revolted against Benin, but the Oba was busy at that time and didn't want to attend to this issue by himself. He sent a very powerful warrior in Benin called Ike, who resided at Uselu. The Oba dispatched Ike and a large army to march against Owo. Ike personally didn't have a child of his own, but he had a house and a big land. Before Ike left for Owo, Ike made a request. He asked the Oba to send his child to his own house at Uselu to watch over his livestock and watch over the house before he could return from Owo, which the Oba agreed to. The Oba sent his son called Kwoboyuwa, who was the heir to the throne as at that time. When Ike marched down to Owo, there was an intense battle between the both parties, the soldiers of Owo and the soldiers of Benin. The Benin lost a lot of good soldiers, so as the Owo lost a lot of good soldiers. But Ike at the end was able to subdue Owo and bring them under the suzerainty of the Oba of Benin. After this short battle, Ike had a lot of war captives from Owo, but he gave these war captives to his remaining army to bring back to Benin. He told his armies that he would be returning back to Benin in few days, that he had something to do at Owo. So he stayed behind. While staying behind, in few days' time, the day he planned to return to Benin, he was unalived by the forces of Owo that were still planning and grieving the pain of their lost ones. There's something you need to know about Ike. Ike does not run away from battles. All the war he has fought for the Oba of Benin, he never ran away from those wars. He fought till the end. So he was called in Benin, Ike Ogboko Nomagule, meaning Ike that has the tactics to war, but does not know how to run away from that war. This was why he was unalived at Owo. Though Ike was unalived, but this didn't count for the Owo people anymore, because they were already under the suzerainty of the Oba of Benin. So till date, the influence of Benin still reflects in Owo, like the Ada and Eben was given to them as a vassal state they were to Benin Empire. The evidence of Owo being a vassal state to Benin Empire is the state sword which I just mentioned, the Ada and Eben, the regalia of the Olowo of Owo, the festivals that are connected to the Benin people, the names they use in that place. Owo actually was pronounced Ogo, meaning respect. That's a history for another day. There are also Benin people that remained at Owo. Their families are still dirty today, even if they cannot trace their origin back to Benin. So when the Benin armies returned, Oba Eware was waiting for Ike to return as well. But a message got to him that Ike had passed on in the battlefield at Owo. Oba Eware, knowing fully well the agreement he had with Ike, that his son must look after his house while he was away at war, Oba Eware made a decree from that day that you, my heir, you shall continue to look after the house of Ike at some point of your life. This is why the word Dajinike, hold it forth for Ike, became a title, a Dajinike. So on the long run in history, people started calling it a Daiken. This was how every heir of Benin Oba must become a Daiken Uselu before ascending the throne as an Oba. The Daiken title is a powerful title in Benin as well, which is conferred on every heir to the throne. There's a word that comes with this Edaiken, which is Uwikobaye Daiken, meaning death does not meet an incoming Oba while he attains the title of a Daiken. As an evidence, a Daiken as a word reflects in the life of an Edoman. When an Edoman wants to do his Iha, there are 3 steps to Iha, which is Evi, a Daiken, and Ekete. The Iha also goes to a Daiken as well. So from 1400 till date, the Daiken became a title to every heir to Benin throne. This was how a Daiken, Dajinike, came about. So every crown prince stays at Uselu till God's appointed time for him to become an Oba. I won't go further from here. This is where I will stop. But if you enjoyed this piece of history, please like, share, and comment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. See you on my next episode.